Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your weekend as always. This is Sean with Paycheck the Portfolio. Today, I'm going to talk about replacing your bills with dividends and how basically I would start out from zero, compound my account, and to live free from a 9 to 5 job. If you're new to my channel, essentially I live out of my brokerage account. All of my W 2 income or my paycheck rolls into my brokerage account. I buy three buckets with those funds: long term growth stocks or ETFs, closed end funds such as Cornerstone and Goff, and then high yield funds, covered call, covered put type of strategies. And essentially, what's going to happen over time is my dividends will snowball and essentially cover all of my bills, which will set me free from a 9 to 5 job. We refer to that as FIRE. That stands for Financially Independent Retire Early. Today, I'm going to show you tab by tab how I would start with 250 and essentially snowball that up, and 500 and snowball that up step by step. And then we're going to talk about the core logic behind each step. But first, I'm going to do a portfolio update like I do in every video just to get started here. Currently, my net account value is sitting at $143,560. My gross account value just recently passed $290,000. That snowballs so fast, like I said, because every month all of my W 2 income's rolling in. Currently, my total unrealized gain is sitting at 14%, or basically $37,000. Friday was a decent day at $461. And I believe on the 17th, coming up next week, we're looking at some potential rate cuts. If that happens, my prediction and my opinion only is that we will continue to see a bull market moving forward. But who knows? Time's the great equalizer, and we'll see when that time comes. Currently, if you look at my performance down here below at the year to date, I'm sitting at 35%. You can see the S&P is at 10, the NASDAQ's at 12, the Dow's at 6.6 there, and the Russell's basically at 6.8. If you go to my 1 year chart, currently I'm at 52% cumulative performance. The S&P is at 17, the NASDAQ's at 25, the Dow's at 10, and the Russell's getting close to 10. If we go to the 3 year chart, you can see I'm getting close to 100% basically cumulative return there. The S&P is at 68%, we'll call it. The NASDAQ at 90, the Dow at 46, and the Russell at 32. So what this includes is the growth of the portfolio and any dividends received. This does not include deposits or withdrawals. That is under the historical values tab. So if you click on the historical values tab here, you can look at year to date. Currently, starting in January, I was sitting at $107,000, basically $108,000 net account value. And currently I'm sitting at $143,487. So while I'm completely living out of the brokerage, my portfolio is up $35,542 over the course of the year. So that's the neat part about the system is I'm living out of it. I'm buying assets that I continue to own that continue to pay me and essentially will snowball and compound over time. Jumping right into some of the core logic I want to talk about behind the Excel file, just to try to make it as clear and easy as possible with some easy examples. This, I'm looking at a 40-60 split logic, which I'll explain to you in the overview. And it's going to be a little bit step by step here, but I want to make sure everybody completely understands. This model demonstrates how someone starting from zero can build a dividend-focused portfolio using the Paycheck to Portfolio system, structured around three key phases or buckets, with deposits increasing as bills gradually are floated using portfolio dividends and margin, basically as a bridge. The allocation is a 40-60 split. 40% in anchors and compounding, that's SPYG, which is an S&P 500 growth ETF, and CLM in this case. That's Cornerstone. They give you a dividend and they drip at the NAV. And then 60% would be into high yield income funds such as YieldMax, AMZ, and PLTY, the YieldMax runs. So the 40-60 allocation would look like this. The portfolio is split evenly into 5 funds to keep it simple, 20% into each. The assumptions are the SPYG would grow at 7% annual appreciation, and a 0.5% yield. It doesn't pay a high dividend, but it still pays a dividend. Historically, it grows between 10 to 12%. So I'm taking a conservative 7% annual appreciation only on SPYG. On CLM, again, this is Cornerstone, a closed-end fund. In this calculation, I'm only taking the 18% yield. They also drip that 18% yield if you drip it down at the NAV, the net asset value, which is currently sitting around 20%. So you get an additional 20% on what I'm showing here. I'm just trying to keep it simple for somebody getting started or somebody still trying to get their head around the system. For YieldMax, I'm using this as a high yield, and I'm associating a 54% yield with this. You can find these yields online if you go look at the YieldMax fund. So I'm simply pulling this distribution rate from their own website as I'm looking at this. So 54% yield is assigned to YieldMax, AMSI a 42% yield, PLTY a 52% yield. Together, this produces a blended yield of approximately 33.3%. So, as a rule of thumb, every $1,000 invested will equal a 27 per month in dividend logic behind it. So, there's a couple phases I want to talk about as far as the spreadsheet goes. Phase one, you want to build to $2,000. So, once you hit $2,000, you can start a margin account and start floating some of your bills, which will expedite compounding. So start with $250 or $500 deposited each month. I'm going to show you what both of those look like. Split evenly across these 5 funds. You could pick other funds. You just want to make sure that the blended yield makes sense to you. I picked these 5 just to make it simple. Dividends start small, but compounding begins. In phase 2, once you hit the $2,000 portfolio, I said, let's go ahead and float a car bill, a $500 car bill. So once the portfolio reaches $2,000 in dividends, or $55 to $60 a month, that 500 is now invested each month on top of the original deposit. So essentially, once you hit 2,000, your 500 is coming in, you're investing that 500, and with your 500 plus your original investment, it would compound. 500 plus 250 or 500 plus another 500. So 750 or $1,000 respectively, depending on which timeline you went with and which deposit method you went with. Phase 3, once you hit $20,000 in a portfolio, you would start to float what I called your core bills, your mortgage, your car payment, your groceries. Okay. So at $20,000, you would hit about $600 a month in dividends. And then you would start to float about $3,500 of your core bills, as I just outlined. So your deposit basically rises to $3,750 or $4,000 a month. And by deposit, that becomes your new investment, essentially. You're taking that initial phase 1, phase 2 investments, and now you're floating additional bills, which are compounding on those contributions to your portfolio. Margin interest is covered by growing dividends. And in these assumptions, I took into account a 10% annual margin interest, or 0.83% monthly. So that is calculated into this spreadsheet. You'll see we'll get to a 5-year snapshot, which I'll show you on the Excel file, that a $250 starting path or portfolio in 5 years with that starting amount, you would be looking at $142,000 and net dividends after interest of about $3,500 a month, covering all of your core bills. If you go to $500 a month, that portfolio would equate to $196,000. The net dividends would be between $4,800 and $5,000 a month. Both paths demonstrate that small starting deposits snowball into meaningful income streams by year 5. The $500 path obviously compounds faster and clears core bills earlier, but they will both compound you towards freedom. The key takeaways in this is the power of the system lies in simplicity. Fixed allocation, 40-60, milestone triggers, 2K and 20K, and reinvesting floated bills. The blended yield plus SPYG's growth bends the dividend line upwards until it takes over expenses and interest, creating a sustainable compounding cycle. So the key in this system is, instead of spending your money to zero and having to trade your time for additional funds, you're taking those funds that you would have to spend anyway, you're buying assets with those funds that grow and pay you over time, and you're building a business spread on your own money and creating compounding that works for you. So if we get into the actual structure, basically the breakdown would look like this on an Excel file. I'm going to post this in our Discord just so folks can look at it, especially folks who are in the Discord and members that want to see it granularly here and want to drill down on it some more. But basically, you can see if you decided to start at 250, you would have a month one, phase one right here, which you can see. So let's just start simply at month one, and then you can see each month after that. The $250 deposit comes in, which starts you at a $250 portfolio. Your gross dividends at that point are already $7. You've made $7 basically out of 250 with this split. Obviously, you're not floating any bills with margin yet. Your account's not big enough to cover those bills. Therefore, you're not tapping into margin. You don't have a margin balance. You don't have any margin interest, and your net dividends are $7. You can see at month 8 here, this accumulates to $2,000. Now you have $56 in gross dividends. Okay. Same here, still not floating any bills. By month 9, you've started to float your $500 car bill. That's why you're seeing $750. It's $500 for your car bill plus the additional $250 you were already investing to begin with. You can see here your portfolio starts to snowball quicker, obviously because you're investing more money. And then your gross dividends start to snowball as well. Now you're floating that $500 car bill. Again, your 500 would come into the brokerage. You're going to invest that 500. Now you're paying your $500 car bill from margin. Okay. Typically, when you open up a margin account, you'll have let's just say you have $2,000 in this example. Most brokerages will give you $1,000 of a margin availability. In this case, we're only using 500 of that because we want to maintain 50% equity or greater. That's what I do in my system, so we're not over leveraged. And that's what I'm demonstrating here. So right now, you would have a gap of $424. That comes from the 500 minus the 76 in dividends equals the $424. And then that's how this snowballs. And then you can see how that compounds all the way to month 33. Now we've scaled in your core bills on top of what we were doing previously. Instead of investing 750, now we're taking those core bill expenses in at 4250, and you can see it's going to compound quicker. So you can see the 3 phases of compounding essentially. And if you go all the way to the end, you can see how this would snowball from a 60-month cycle to basically $142,000 portfolio value. You can see what dividends would look like across the board. So if we look at the very bottom, you can see that basically your portfolio value would be at $142,131. Your gross dividends would be at $38.58. You would be floating $3,500 worth of bills in this case on top of what you were already investing and floating. Your margin balance would be $39,000. Your margin interest would basically be $332 a month, and your net dividends would be sitting at $35.27. So this snowball method can essentially set you free from corporate America if you allow your money to work for you. You can talk about, interest and taxes and all these peripheral things. But if you're making more money with your money over time, that snowball and compounding effect more than overcomes any obstacle that you may kind of think up in your mind and in your head. So I would just encourage you to not overthink the power of compounding because it is so powerful. I have it broken down by fund here. Again, we would have growth, closed-end fund, high yield funds, basically right here. So we talked about the 40-60 allocation. Again, I'm going to repeat it because oftentimes I'll get comments about how these yields aren't realistic and how this growth isn't realistic. SPYG, I'm calculating a growth of 7% annual appreciation. Historically, it grows at 10% or more. CLM, I'm taking into account only an 18% yield. I'm not accounting for its drip at NAV compounding effect here. just to show you a conservative view of how this would work. On top of that, you're going to get it right now a 20% drip at NAV discount. And then YieldMax, AMZ, PLTY, you can see the blended yields there. They're simply running a covered call strategy that investors have been running for many years. If you look at the 250 summary, again, we went through what that would look like. So basically, phase 2, you would hit 2,000 at month 9. Phase 3, you would hit at month 33. Your 60-month portfolio value we talked about at 142, 131. Your gross dividends would be 38.58. Your margin interest at 60 months would be $332 a month. And your net dividends after interest paying that expense would be $3,527 a month. This includes the 40-60 split at 33%. And a good rule of thumb with this example is each $1,000 you invest, you generate $27 a month in dividends. So you can see just the graphs below, the net dividends versus core bills, and how that just expedites with each compounding cycle of bringing in more cash. And then you can see the portfolio growth with this 40-60 split at 250. I did the same thing by $500 fund. I won't go step by step. Basically, it shortens the months, but I do want to talk about the $500 summary. Obviously, it would compound quicker because you're contributing more funds up front. So if you were to do $500 a month to start, it would take you basically 5 months to hit 2,000, 23 months to hit 20,000. Your gross portfolio value in this projection would be $196,312 after 5 years. Your gross dividends would be $5,302. Your margin interest would be $305, and your net dividends at 60 months would be basically $5,000. Again, we talked about the 40-60 split, and each $1,000 equates to $27 a month in dividends. I hope you found this information easy to understand, useful. The key is to get started and to start scaling in your bills and make your money work for you. If you found this information valuable, please like and subscribe. I'll have pinned comments with additional resources. We have membership Discord and tools. We have white glove service if you need some shoulder to shoulder strategy and one-on-one coaching, and multiple other tools, a free starter kit if you would like to look at that. And I hope you found this useful again, and I hope you have a great week, and we'll talk to everybody soon.